5-minute prophecy.
Hey guys, welcome back to 5 Minute Prophecy, where each episode we study biblical prophecy for 5 minutes. So last episode we started a study on the Bema Seat of Christ, or the judgment seat of Christ. We talked about how it will start after the rapture, that the judgment seat of Christ is for believers of the church age. It's not for unbelievers. It's for believers. It is not about our sin. It is not about salvation. It is judgment of the works that we've performed for Christ since the moment that we accepted Him as Savior. Our works will be judged at that time. So the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, he gets into the process of this judgment. So we're going to read about that starting in verse 10. It says, "According to the grace of God given to me, like a skilled master builder, I laid a foundation, and someone else is building upon it. Let each one take care how he builds upon it. For no one can lay a foundation other than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ." So Paul's saying right there that as we go about performing our works for the Lord, that as we develop them, that we build them on a firm foundation. So who is that firm foundation we need to be building upon? Jesus Christ. Every time, without a doubt. Jesus is our firm foundation, and our works need to be built upon Him. Verse 12, "Now if anyone builds on the foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each one's works will become manifest." So he's talking about how our works start to build and develop over time. And he's specific about materials. And that speaks to how are we moving forward in our works? What's our motivation? What's our drive? Those things are going to determine the quality. Why are we performing certain works for the Lord? These things matter to Jesus. These things will be judged at the judgment seat. So verse 13, again it says, "Each one's works will become manifest. For the day will disclose it." The day, capital D in my Bible here. What is that day? It is what we're talking about, the judgment seat of Christ. "Because it will be revealed by fire, and the fire will test what sort of work each one has done." So at the Bema Seat of Christ, standing before Jesus, our works will be on display between us and Him. And they will stand within the fire, within a fire, some kind of fire that's going to be up there with Him. And depending on the quality of our works, depending on our motivation, those works are either going to burn up in the fire or they're going to thrive. They're going to withstand the heat. They're going to last. They're going to prove eternal. Verse 14, "If the work that anyone has built on the foundation survives, he will receive a reward. If anyone's work is burned up, he will suffer loss, though he himself will be saved, but only as through fire." So again, why we perform works for Christ? Our motivation. Are we doing it for ourselves? Are we doing it to be noticed? If we are, then that's going to come out at the judgment seat. And when that comes out, those specific works that come from a me place, that come from I want this attention, or I'm doing it for this personal reason that has nothing to do with Christ, those will burn up. And whatever reward we might have received for those works will lose. But the works that we have dug into deep, that we've prayed about, that we've asked God about, that we've done specifically for Jesus, for winning souls to the Lord, for building His kingdom, those are going to survive those flames. And those works we will be rewarded for. So that's all we're going to talk about today. Next episode, we're going to talk about specific rewards that the Bible talks about that we can receive at the Bema Seat. So we'll see you next episode. Thanks, guys.
5 Minute Prophecy.